channel Knowledge of. Friends, subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon for the latest update. Today we're going to start with discussing about that has been the understanding the human being, that comprehensibility, that is your human that is your human aspirations and its fulfillment. This has been the class is your class 8, which we have to discuss here, and that has been we had done your lastly, which we had done in class 7 here in the last classes. In class 7, if I'm talking about, where we had completed your unit 1, unit 2, unit 3. Now we have to start with unit 4, which we had started in the last classes as well. The unit 4, the name of the unit 4 is that you're understanding coexistence with other orders. Understanding coexistence and other order. That what we have to discuss here as well. So in the same cases for this, we have to start with that, and that lastly we had done your state of self-exploration today, and what were the characteristics of natural acceptance, that what we had done in the last classes. Before starting with this, it's a huge request to all the viewers to please go through the subscribe button and please like, share and subscribe to our channel, so that many and maximum people can get the information at once, and even though you can also enjoy the video as well. Now today we'll start discussing about it, which is the first topic we'll discuss about. Write a short note on self-awareness. We'll go ahead for that. Write a short note on self-awareness. And talking about the self-awareness here, so yes, for that, self-awareness is having a clear and a realistic perceptions of your personality, including your strengths, weakness, thoughts, beliefs, motivations and emotions as well. Self-awareness is not about uncovering a deep dark secret about yourself, but understanding who you are, why you do and what you do, how you do it, and the impact this has on others as well. Awareness of your own being, an action and a thought, with the good understanding of how we relate to others, we can adjust our behavior so that we deal with them positively. By understanding what upsets us, we can improve our understanding that what upsets us, we can improve our self-control, and by understanding our weakness, we can learn how to manage them and reach our goals despite them. As well as, self-awareness is directly related to both emotional intelligence and success. It helps you to create achievable goal because you can consider your strength, weaknesses and what drives you when goal setting as well. It allows you to guide yourself down the right path by choosing to pursue the opportunities that are the best fit your skills, best fit for your skill set, preferences and tendencies. It makes identify situations and people that hit our triggers and anticipating our own reaction easier. It allows us to make a positive behavioral changes that can lead to greater personality and interpersonal success as well. Now, in the same cases, we have another one which we have to discuss here, which is being another question. What is self-evaluation and why is it important, that what we have to discuss here. So let's go ahead for the same. Self-evaluation. In the case of self-evaluation, that a self-evaluation is your thoughtful and considered written reviews of your performance during the evaluation cycle. It involves rating established goals, competencies and overall performance as well. We'll discuss about the importance of self-evaluation here. Importance of self-evaluation in this, that the evaluation of self is an important factor in any study. It is used for a variety of purposes and help us, an individual or an entity to reflect on its performance, to group that gauge the strength and work on the weakness as well. When one evaluation oneself, there is no scope for any bias, and there may be some new aspects of our personality that we may be acquainted with, that it is important therefore that we encourage the concept of self-evaluation in institutions so that every individual gets a real chance to examine himself. In order to progress, a person needs to carry out periodic evaluations. It gives an idea about how much other constituents have grasped, and what more needs to be done in order to achieve the best possible results. In the absence of an evaluation system, a person only that may not be able to know its true state. For example, in the context of the school, the evaluation may be carried out by teachers on a regular basis to know how much that students have been able to learn. They can do it through a series of verbal and a written tests, and the scores being the parameter to judge a student's capability as well. On the same cases, the self-evaluation, on the other hand, that offers students a realistic chance of looking at their own self without any claims of prejudice or bias. It may provide them with some new information about themselves, and that you sequent them with some fact and that they were unaware of earlier. Self-evaluation also helps in changing the role of student from the passive observer to an active participant as well. Now, with the same case, we'll discuss about here in detail. What do you mean by a self-awareness and why is it important? So, self-awareness that we had discussed here, and that is in this only, that has been about self-awareness, and now we'll discuss about the importance of self-awareness here. The importance of self-awareness. In the same cases here, that following are the points indicating the importance of self-awareness, where developing that self-awareness is important for better relationship and for more fulfilling the life, both in the workplace and at the home. Saving that self-awareness allows you to see where your thoughts and emotions are taking you, and as you develop the self-awareness, you are able to make the changes in the thoughts and interpretation that you make in your mind. Changing the interpretation in your mind allows you to change your emotion. It can help us to recognize when we are stressed or under pressure. In order for you to change your life in any way, you need to know yourself before you can act here. Let's go ahead for the same. Now we'll go ahead with another question, that is how can you build a self-awareness. For that we'll have to discuss about the time that is being your building self-awareness. In the same case, for the building self-awareness, we talk about it here. So the first we have your put the time in. In the same case, for the put the time in here, that is mean the self-awareness is not learned in a book but achieved through the self-reflection. Use what you have learned about yourself to inform decisions, behaviors and interactions with other people. Predict how you will feel and respond before and situations, and reflect on your actual feelings and response after the situation as well. On the same cases, we talk about it on the same phase, we can say that what we have discussed here in the detail about it. So with the second we have your, that is focus on your choices. Focus on your choices. In the same case, for focus on choices here, that what can you learn from your past triumphs and mistakes, that why did you make a particular decision, how did this choice make you feel. The fourth we have is ask for feedback. So first we have your that has been the predict that how to be feel responded as well, that has been, and that is the third. That fourth we have your ask for feedback. You can just write the second, which is predict how you feel and respond. Okay, so that is being the second one. So ask for feedback here. Self-awareness is as much about that acknowledging what you still need to learn as it about identifying your strength, asking for feedback on your performance, behavior, interaction that can serve to improve your future actions and responses. Feedback can also identify aspects of your behavior you aren't seeing clearly, your blind spots as well. Now we'll talk about the fifth one, which is we have that has been record, keep a journal. So record, keep a journal here where that you allowed you to reflect on daily thoughts, feeling, perception, choices, behavior, and interaction with others. Be honest with yourself, reflecting on your experiences allow you to learn something that can guide your personal development. So think about it and write it down. We'll talk about the sixth one, which is being the label your emotions. The same case for the label your emotions here, that for the same in label your emotions, that feelings that can be expressed using one word but are often held back, and use the below inventory of feeling to practice the labeling what you experience in different situations throughout your day. Your feeling provide insight into your thoughts and actions, as well as allow us to better relate with others. You may also recognize the trends in how you are feeling, which can teach you something about yourself as well. Let's discuss about the another question, that is there is recyclability in nature. Explain with the help of suitable examples. So we'll discuss about recyclability. That is we have as follows. In some cases of recyclability, that's what we have to discuss here. In recyclability, there are several cyclical processes that we can see in nature. For example, that the cycle of water evaporating, condensing, and precipitating back to the water given the weather phenomena. The cycle keeps these materials self-regulated on the earth. Breeds of a plant, that breeds of plant and animal that are similarly self-regulated to of their environment. In the forest, the growth of the trees takes place in a way so that the amount of soil, plant, and animal remains conserved. It never happened that the numbers of trees shoot up and there is a lack of soil for the tree as well. The appropriateness of the conditions for the growth of the both plants and animals that are self-regulated in nature, keeping the population proportion naturally maintained, and this phenomenon is termed as self-regulation. In a single breed of animal, the number of male and females generated through the procreation in such a way that the continuity of the species is ensured by itself. This happens with humans too, but in human, the practices have led to the disproportionate numbers of men and women. These two characteristics, namely cyclical natures and self-regulation, that provide us with some clues of the harmony that is in nature here. Now we'll talk about the another one, which is define self-realization and its benefits. So that we'll have to discuss about it, and which has been the important one. So we'll discuss about self-realization and benefits. That is your benefits of realize self-realization. So that's what we have to discuss here. So in the same case for the self-realization, we talk about it. Yes, for the self-realization, that is the removal of all artificial that layers of personality and understanding the true self, the nature of reality, where the realization is possible through separating the self from one's own false ego. Self-realization can bring countless benefits of the person who achieves it. The benefits of self-realization that we have to discuss here, and that is being as follows. So first we have your higher confidence and self-esteem that we have to discuss here. Okay, we'll go ahead for the same. Higher confidence and self-esteem that we have to talk about it in this that the individuals on the path of the self-realizations are connected to their inner selves and the world around them on the profound level. The depth and the strength of the connection that can free them from the worries, fears and feelings of unworthiness, and also it lets them harness their full potential. Let's talk about second one, that has been sharper focus. The same is for the sharper focus here. Those who embrace realization are in touch with their true self and work according to their deepest ideals that is and values. They can define their goals and purpose, pursue them with more vigor and sharper focus. Self-realized people quickly eliminate toxic influences from their lives, freezing up space for the good stuff. Third, we talk about it. That has been not being controlled by emotion. Not being controlled by emotions, yeah, that is self-realized people are not controlled by their emotions. Realization teaches people who embrace it how to observe, face and overcome their emotions. Actualization teaches people how to gain insight into their emotions and become the efficient at handling of fear, anxiety, loneliness and other emotions that hold them back here. We'll talk about the fourth one, which is your acceptance. In acceptance here, that is the self-actualized individuals are more open and accepting than those who are yet to realize their full potential. They can communicate their emotions freely and in an authentic manner. This leads to the deeper and more meaningful relationships that with other people as well. We'll talk about the another one which we'll have to discuss here, which has been as follows, and that has been the important one. Another is yours define coexistence. What is the difference between passive and active coexistence here? So we'll discuss about it. So in the same cases for the coexistence here, define coexistence. What is the difference between passive and active coexistence? In coexistence, it is a state in which two or more groups are living together, keeping in mind their differences. The group involved establish a relationship where they can live non-violently. They achieve tolerance and mutual respect and live agreement. Now we'll discuss about the difference between passive and active coexistence. Difference between passive and active coexistence. In passive coexistence, this is a kind of coexistence where one of the group is less powerful than the other, and in this environment there is a lack of violence, but it is unequal relationship. In active coexistence here, that has been that relationship in the kind of the coexistence is based on the mutual respect for the diversity. The groups of this relationship and embrace each other, the difference and have got equal access to resources and opportunities. The environment is that of peace, social cohesions and just and that equality, justice and equality has been there. Then we'll come across another question that has been another one, which is what is harmony in nature and why is it important to attain the harmony in nature? We'll go ahead for the same. The same case for the harmony in nature here. In harmony in nature, we talk about it, and that has been the important one as well. That what we have to discuss here. In the same cases in harmony in nature here, that the aggregates of all the mutually interacting units, that big or small, sentient and insentient together, that can be called nature. These units are infinite in numbers, and we could easily observe that there exists dynamic balance, self-regulation among all the units as well. This self-regulation is harmony or balance in nature. The law of the nature has a unique cause and effect system which must be understood in order to be in harmony with the natural law of things as well. Other than this, the natural harmony is necessary for following reason. First reason is that the natural harmony is necessary to solve the problems of global warming and depletions of non-renewable natural resources that can be avoided. Natural harmony with the tree cure all problems like reductions of wind velocity, energy saving, doing a companion planting, development of an eco subsystem in terms of establishing a forest garden, reductions of building heat, as well as it is possible to achieve the natural harmony in the establishment, maintenance, that management of educational institutions like school and colleges and universities. One can understand the depth of the harmony and alignment in the natural and the completing the reflecting upon the natural order as well. It is possible to unravel the mystery of the natural synthesis in the midst on ongoing chaos to the material plane. Now we'll discuss about the another one. In harmony, there is justice. Discuss. In harmony, there is justice. Explain or discuss. So here we understand that harmony means peaceful coexistence among the various participants of nature. Justice means fairness or impartiality. We need values at all levels of society. Thus, we see that the justice to all the individual members that can only lead to a mutual happiness, and so justice and harmony always go together. To live in a harmony with nature is to understand the accept natural forces. The greater is our extent of understanding, the greater shall be our acceptance, and in effect, greater the harmony as well. In other words, it is accepting the nature logic and walking along with it. We'll discuss another question that we have to discuss here, that has been human beings are very important aspects of nature. Discuss. Human beings are very important aspects of nature. Explain, they are discussed. So in the same cases for this, we are all living organisms that are in continuous relationship with one another. Human beings are very important aspects of nature, even though they are very small part of the total living biomass on earth. The human effect the cause on the earth is significantly huge. Human beings are the only species who are capable of exploiting the natural resources. The huge amount of the technological advancement over the so many years also contributed in causing significant amounts of changes to the delicate balance in the environment. Human beings are cutting trees endlessly for their benefits. Now we realize the adverse effect of deforestation. The imbalance in the nature has caused a flood and soil erosion. Animals living in the forest become extinct. Human beings have used natural resources for the economic activities, industrial use, which has caused harm to nature, as there is a great deal of polluting and wastage. We need to use the natural resources more efficiently. We need to preserve our natural environment for the future generations to achieve harmony with nature. I'll talk about the another one, which has been the next and the last question of this session as well, of this unit as well. We'll end up with unit 4, understanding the coexistence and the other orders. That has been existence is coexistence discussed. So coexistence that can be defined as an exister with other with a mutual tolerance, respect the difference in opinion and living non-violently. The following chart explains the relationship between the different orders of nature. We can see that the four orders in nature exist in harmony. This is already there is nature and need not to be created. Units in nature are limited in size and self-organized. Space is unlimited and there is a constant reflecting energies available in all pervading spaces. Only human and animals orders have received that is consciousness of self. The material order undergo the constant structural changes. The conscious order does not undergo structural changes. The conscious are a unit that can learn and therefore they know, assume, recognize and fulfill as well. After talking about that, we have your questions here. That is, there the need. What are the needs and purpose of evolution? What is a self exploration and its content and process? Briefly describe the process of self exploration with the help of a diagram. What are the characteristics of natural acceptance? What is the self evaluation? Why it is important? Define self realization and its benefit. What is harmony in nature and why is it important to attain the harmony in nature? Existence is coexistence discussed. That's what we are dealing here as well. So here we'll be ending it up with unit 4. Now in the next coming class we'll start discussing about the unit 5 here, which is being the ninth topic class of this session as well, and that has been the important one here. So before ending it up here only, it's a huge request to all the viewers to please go through with the subscribe button and please like, share and subscribe for channel so that many maximum people can get the information at once, and even though you can also enjoy the video as well. Other than this, I'm talking about, yes, we had done your sociology and software engineering as well. We had done your chemistry, where we had done your chemistry in that we had done unit 1, unit 2, unit 3, unit 4, unit 5, unit 6, unit 7 and unit 8, and even though unit 9. Other than that, we had done your conversions, logarithm, anti-log, symbols, elements, as well as other than that, symbols, elements and atomic mass and molar masses as well. That has been the important one as well. After talking about that, if I'm talking about, yes, we are dealing with a quantitative aptitude, where we had done your we had started with arithmetical ability, where we had done operations on numbers, LCM and SCM of numbers, decimal fraction, simplification, square roots and cube roots, and then we had done your the problems on numbers, problems on ages, sorts and indices, and that we are dealing with the percentage here. After that, talking about it, yes, we are dealing with the reasoning here, which has been, we had done your that is your verbal reasoning, which has been the general mental ability and the logic reasoning. In non-verbal reasoning, we had done your series and logic classification, analytical reasoning, mirror image, water image, embedded figure, completion of incomplete pattern, figure matrix, paper folding, paper cutting, rule direction, grouping of identical figures, cubes and dice, and that we are dealing here. After completing that, we had started with dot situation that we have to cover up in the next coming class here. After talking about that as well, in terms of, we are dealing with the DBMS, where we are dealing with the different types of ER diagram that has been important towards you. Coming towards the subject, which is understanding the human being comprehensively, the human aspiration and its fulfillment, where we had completed your unit 1 here itself. That has been the unit 1 is your introduction. In unit 1 that we had done here, that the basic human aspirations and their fulfillment through the rights, understanding and resolutions, all encompassing the resolutions for a human being, its detail and solution for the problems of the light resolution. Unit 2 is your understanding the human being and its expansion, which is we have to discuss about, that will be the your human, the domain of the right understanding starts from understanding the human being, then over the experiences that where it extends up to the understanding the nature existence, it is connectedness and the coexistence, the finally understanding the role of the human being in existence, human conduct. Unit 3 is activities on the self, which we have discussed about is understanding the human being comprehensively. Is the first step of the core, that theme of the courses, and human being as a coexistence of the self, and that the body, the activities, the potentialities of the self, and the reason for the harmony, contactedness, and as well as contradictions in the self. Unit 4 is understanding the coexistence with other orders, with the need and the process of the inner evaluation through the self-exploration, self-awareness, self-evaluation, particularly awakening to the activities of the self-realization, understanding the and that is your, we have your contemplations in the harmony in nature, contemplations of participations of human in their harmony, order leading to the contradictions, knowledge about the that has been about the existence as well. Now in the next unit we'll have to discuss about unit 4, which has been the existence, the expansions of harmony from self to entire existence, where we had to cover up, we have to start in the next coming class, which has been about understanding the different aspects of all-encompassing resolution, understanding the wisdom, science, and etc. Holistic way of the living for the human being with all-encompassing the resolution that is covering here. And for that, it has been encompassing the resolution covering for all the four dimensions of the human individual, that is been realization, thoughts, behaviors, and work, participation in large order, leading to the harmony at all the levels from the self to nature and entire existence as well. So after that, after fourth unit we had completed, we'll start discussing about unit fifth, and after that we'll discuss about unit 1, unit 2, unit 3, unit 4, unit 5, the short possible answers as well. So most probably we will discuss 4 to 5 classes. We'll end up with the subject that has been the understanding the human activities, human being comprehensively, the human aspirations and its fulfillment as well. After completing this, we'll start discussing about many more subjects that we have to discuss there. So before ending it up, it's a huge request to all the viewers to please go through the subscribe button and please like, share, and subscribe our channel so that many and maximum people can get the information at once, and even you can also enjoy the video as well. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up and give a suggestion on the comment box. Thank you.